VEX has quite the extensive parts library, ranging from simple beams to glorified minions. But despite all the parts VEX has put out, there are still quite a few missing ones. So today, I'll be showcasing these linear slides that are CADed and 3D printed, and are fully VEX compatible. Linear slides, not these, but rather these, are stackable, multi-stage extenders, usually powered by string but also belts. These are commonly seen in higher level robotics, such as FTC and FRC, the first tech challenge and the first robotics challenge. These may look like a mess of stringy, so I'll explain it really quick. 2 strings and pulleys are needed, 1 extension string and 1 return string. The extension string starts on a pulley and goes in a crisscross pattern through the slide pulleys and mounts on the final slide. When the powered pulley winds up the string, it makes the slide extend. This seems a bit counterintuitive, but it works because to extend the slides, the distance between these 2 pulleys gets smaller, and to do that, you can retract the string, which will pull the slide upwards. To have the slides retract, you need a return string anchored on a pulley of the same size spinning on the same axle. The string is mounted to the end of the final slide and will pull it back when the pulley winds up. One important detail to note is how you'll need to have the strings come out different ends of their pulleys, so when one is winding up, the other is unwinding. I mimicked these slides in CAD, making a linear slide piece compatible with the rest of the VEX part system, even going as far to make the exact same pattern that are on VEX beams. It needs to be printed in 3 parts, so you can assemble it. However, due to the constraints of 3D printing in VEX, the slide does sacrifice a bit of its stability for less friction. If I had full freedom and wasn't constrained by the VEX parts, I would include ball bearings inside of the slide to allow it to move easier while still being very secure. Furthermore, instead of pulleys, I just have these kind of rung things for the string to thread through. Making pulley wheels that can snap onto the part and rotate freely was too intricate for my printer due to the precision needed to make a snapping pin. The main advantage of the slide over the existing rack and pinion and linear motion pieces is the size advantage. The existing parts all require a longer rack for longer extension, which requires lots of space to be cleared lengthwise for the part to be able to move, whereas my part extends longer by stacking more stages, which are more compact and don't result in the long beam sticking into your robot. The slide can be used in lots of applications. For example, in this year's game Mix and Match, you could attach a claw to the end of the slide to move the game pieces upwards without needing to make a very tall and heavy robot. In FTC and FRC, these slides are used nearly every year for an extending arm or hank, or in the case of last year's FTC game, both. I'll be making a few more custom parts like this in the future, so if you have an idea for a cool part that is possible to make, comment it and I'll do my best to create it. I'll leave the document in the description down below for anyone that wants to print the part for themselves, but don't use these for competition, as they are illegal due to not being an official VEX part. But if someone that designs VEX parts is watching this, you should definitely hire me to make parts for the Gen 3 kit. And for everyone else, make sure to like and subscribe because I have an insane project that's gonna come in the next 2 weeks.